Good morning. Happy Monday. How is everybody today? Let me pull myself up here. How's everybody doing? I am Tanya with Ribbon Branch Crafts, and you are here with us every single Monday with the Bright Ideas Crafters and Marketplace, and it's hosted by Debbie's Bright Ideas. Um, and you can catch me every Monday at Hey Eliza, good morning. Yay, my comments are working on my computer today. I moved it on the other side, so um hopefully I can read better. Hey, good morning, Heidi. Hey, Jenny, how are you? I loved your arrangement. Everybody's doing such pretty stuff. If you haven't seen Jenny or Ginger this morning, check them out because we got some really cool crafts coming this month. But today was fall into Halloween, and Miss Debbie said we could interpret that as either fall or Halloween, just whatever we wanted. So I kind of did an in between craft. Hey Peggy, how are you? We are going to do a little mouse in a pumpkin. So this can be, if you want to make this craft, you can do this. Put a little witch hat on. Hey, Shannon, how are you, my friend? Put a little witch hat on, little broom, make this a jack-o'-lantern instead of a happy pumpkin. And Stacy, there's my girl. How are you? But you can interpret this in any way. Hey, Debbie, there's the sweet lady. How are you? Good to see you. Hey, Carol. So we're going to do this today. Also, I want to tell you real quick, if you live in the area, I live in Dover, so in the surrounding, Houston County, Callaway County, all of them, I'm going to start doing in-person classes, and this is going to be the first class that I'm going to do. And with this class, it's going to come everything you need. I provide the clay, the tacky glue, the scissors, the foam, everything. And then it's an in-person class, and it's called the Ribbon Shed, and her name is Miss Sherry. So I just want to let y'all know that if you're in the area and you want to, connect personally, she has 12 seats at her shop that she's letting me use. And she also sells like wreath supplies and stuff in that shop. So if anybody's interested, just in the area. Hey, Rose. Hey, Maria. I know. And you guys, if we have time, I found a way. I got this at the dollar store before they got crazy with their prices. So I don't know what these cost now, but I believe this cost me maybe $3 or $5 when I bought it. But you guys, this is that easel from when we did the sleeping kawaii bears. Hey, Christy, there she is. Hey, Julie. Hey, Lauren. How is everybody? But this is from that. See, it was just the easel. And I flipped it, and you guys, it looks like a perfect little trellis. So this is what we're going to do. And we're going to add, I just hot glued the foam in there, and I just hot glued that. That's all I did, okay? So let's get into it. So I have this styrofoam ball and this egg. This is about a little over an inch. And then my egg is about 3 inches. I know, I miss you too, Debbie. Yes, Stacy. Oh my gosh, I would love to see some of you girls in person. And I'm still trying to learn, who lives where and stuff. But yeah, I talked to Miss Sherry, and she offered, her space to me. I think we're still trying to figure out, like the ins and outs of it. But this will be the first class, and I think she's wanting to do it like once a month. Oh, Arkansas. Yeah. Is that real far away? I don't know how far. But hey, Mom and Dad, how are you today? But I think we're going to try to do like maybe once a month, but it's just kind of working it out. Oh, shoot. I forgot to do just a second, y'all. I forgot to put my phone on do not disturb. Just one sec. But yeah, and just do, pretty much what Debbie gives us, just a theme. that she tells me what her customers are looking for. And then I just come up with a simple design. And like I said, you know, it's just all the costs are rolled into it and it gives you everything that you need. So I'm excited. It's my first time doing it. I'm nervous, but I'm very excited. Yes, it's going to be fun. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you. I appreciate that. So this is super easy craft. Once again, anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. And you guys, I have to show you one more thing. I almost forgot. I'm sure you guys see the beautiful Rhonda Tuttle is, she comes on here quite a bit. And I got my very first piece of Happy Mail from you lovely ladies. And I'm going to get this covered and I want to show you guys what it is. She did such an amazing job. Thank you so much. Y'all, I found this at Goodwill and it blew my mind because normally you don't see like these kinds of shirts. Like a lot of the shirts at our Goodwill, they have like teams. Because it's a college town in Murray. And so there's a lot of shirts like that, sports. And, you know, I'm not really into sports and stuff. So I don't always find a lot of stuff like this. You guys, they had, you know, I have another shirt that I got from there too. And they just had the coolest shirts this time around. I was like, yeah, I hit the jackpot on that one. So I'm just rolling my clay. And I'm kind of just gently pressing because we don't want to lose our egg shape. And as you're rolling, see, it's just going to kind of form around it better on its own. And just pull that off. And then smooth it down. And then we're going to do the same thing to the bigger side. Hey, Terry, there she is. How are you, my friend? Okay, so once we get that, it's probably about good. And this should sit. I leave a little bit of, you know, a little bit excess clay on the bottom just so it can sit. And that's all there is to that. Oh, sorry. Let me set this here so you can see what we're doing. Okay, so then the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and put the feeties on. And like I tell you guys all the time, I'm going to say it over and over again. All it is, hey Cecilia, how are you? All this is basic shapes and then figuring out how to manipulate those basic shapes, okay? So we're going to go in. I just got me a ball of clay, okay? And we're going to do our little trick because we want our even feeties. Hey, Raymond, good to see you, friend. And we are just rolling some cone shapes, about like that, okay? And you want to try to make them, mine for this size are about 1.5 inches long, if that helps you, okay? So we got that. So then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take this tool here and we're just going to put, Christine, hey sunshine lady, and we're just going to put some little lines in the fatter part of our cone. I'll show you what I mean. See that? You guys, and that's, we have a foot. Too easy. You can do this. So let me do the other one here. So that's what you should have, okay? So then, what I like to do is I just kind of touch them together. Can you see that? Just kind of touch them together so it's like a little V shape. And then just find the side that you want to be your front. And then I center it. And then gently press down. And there we go. We have the bottom of our mouse body all ready. Okay, so now the next thing that we're going to do is I think actually we're going to do the eyes really quick. And my eyes, I got these ones off Etsy, but you can get them off Amazon. Has really super cute ones. The only thing with Amazon is it is kind of hard to find sheets like this where they're all the same size eyes. So if you do a lot of similar size projects, just, Etsy is the way to go with that. So I'm just going to put a little bit of my clear tacky glue on. And I think we'll do the blue again. And just kind of gently press. Hey, Linda, how are you, sweet lady? I'm so glad you guys could make it. I really do appreciate y'all taking the time in the morning. So I just put them, like a little above the center of the egg. And then let me get these out while I'm over here. These I did get from Amazon. These are going to be for our, sorry about that, for our pumpkin. Okay, you can Amazon, but these are the smaller eyes where you can get the same. But the bigger ones, I do say go ahead and go on Etsy. So now that we got that, we are going to go ahead and take. I have this tool right here. This is just like a little sharp. Can you see that? Kind of like a flared, almost like a spear tip looking thing. But you can use a knife or whatever. It's no big deal. And what we're going to do is we're going to put his little whiskers on before we do the nose. Okay. So I just do one little short line first for the eyebrows. Okay. Hey, Misty, how are you, sweet girl? Hey, Tina. And we're going to do a shorter line on top and then a longer line on the bottom. See that? Then we're going to do it again. Just under his eye. Okay. That's what you should have. Okay, and then, let me move this up here. Okay, so then what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put the nose on really quick. You just need a little bit of black, but you can use pink. Hey, Amy, how are you, my sweet lady? Funny, you and I was on the same wavelength today because I sent a gift for you with Tyler. You guys, Amy's husband and my husband, they work together. I sent a surprise for her this morning, and come to find out she had sent a surprise for me too. And he said it was funny because they were sitting there, just two guys doing a little gift swap of girly stuff. Oh my goodness. I hope you like your surprise, Amy girl. But all I did is I took a little ball of clay, and I'll show you again. We're just going to roll it in a ball. Hey, Nina. Buenos dias, Lydia. It's good to see you, pretty lady. And then after I get it in a ball, I'm just going to gently roll that way. And that's how you get like that little oval shape. But you can do whatever nose. You can do a circle or a triangle, whatever floats your boat. And we're just going to center it right on your whiskers under the eye. Easy peasy, guys. You can do this, okay? I know, isn't that funny? It's like, ooh, we were thinking the exact same. Okay, so now I'm going to take that same tool and I'm just going to make a little line down on the center of his nose. Okay, then I'm going to take, this is from that Smile Tool kit, which, by the way, I got more of them coming within the next week. It should be, as long as everything's, but I'm going to use the smaller side of this one. And I'm just going to press in. And that's the mouth that I decided to give him. Okay. Thank you, Michelle. Hey, girlfriend. Good to see you too. Okay, so now that we got that, now we are going to put the ears on. So I'm just going to get me another little ball of clay. And you guys, this shirt is like an oversized shirt. And it is so super comfortable. It's like really soft and I love it. I wish I knew where they got this from so I could get more. Okay, so I just did a bigger ball and we did our cut in half trick because we want our ears to be somewhat even. Okay, and then I got my get your ball tool and we're going to do our trick like we did with the bears. You want to go in until this part here starts to crease your clay. See that little crease? We want that. Don't forget. Okay, that's what that'll give you. So now, then we're going to get a little bit of, I have like this little soft pink color that I made. You don't need much of this at all. Hey Maritza, how are you, my friend? Good to see you guys today. You don't need much of this at all. Y'all, I feel so sleepy today. Like I got a good amount of sleep, but Debbie was talking about buckets of coffee on Jenny's thing, and I'm like, man, I feel the same way. I don't know why I'm so tired today, but I have also, you guys, I have two baby bunnies, two right now instead of just one that my husband saved yesterday from our freaking dogs. Hey, Andrea, how are you, beautiful girl? But yeah, they're just hanging out in a box. I gave them some fresh tomatoes, and so I just got me two little pink balls of clay, and we're just gonna drop them right on in there. You guys are so cute though, and I'm pretty sure my husband was saying, remember me telling you that we saved one not too long ago, and I'm pretty sure because one is bigger than the other one, and so we're just gonna cut where we have that indent at. You're just going to cut straight across. Don't cut into your pink, but use that as your guide of how much to cut off, okay? So that's what we got, okay? Then we're going to get a couple toothpicks. Oops, sorry. But anyways, the bigger one seemed to be much more comfortable with me handling it. Yes, baby bunnies, Debbie. We have all kinds of bunny families on our property, and my dogs, they are farm dogs, and you know what farm dogs try to do, but we were able to save them, and so we had them in a box. But yeah, that bigger one just seems very comfortable with me handling it, and we're just gonna take our toothpicks. You don't have to do this, but you guys know me, I'm just doing this because I like the security. I'm gonna cut this down just a little bit. We don't need them that long. But yeah, and my husband's like, "Is that the one that we saved a couple weeks ago?" And I was like, "I was wondering the same thing." So I just put my toothpick in, okay, and then we are just gonna gently form our ear on. And when you put your toothpicks on, try to think about where the thickest part of your ear is going to sit, and that's where you want to try to put your toothpicks at, okay? Because it is possible for this thinner part that it might poke through when you're pushing them on, okay? So just try to, and then I just pushed it a little bit to make his ear just a tiny bit bigger, and that's all there is to it, y'all. You can do this. I'm going to trim these a little bit more. Okay, so let's get my other ear on. What's everybody doing today? Did you guys have a good weekend? We just went downstairs and yelled, "What did you do?" Say, yeah, Michelle, like, my husband done got used to mine. It is what it is at this point. At least it looks pretty and happy, sunshiny, right? Can anyone hide the comments? I don't know. Well, there we go. Okay. Then we got 2 more little things to do, and then this little guy will already be done. I mean, look at that. You can do this 20 minutes, you guys, and we're already almost done making us a cute little mousey. You can do this. So I got just another little ball of my gray, and I'm gonna do a few little hairs on top of his head. See, we're gonna do. Can you see that? Those little hairs. And all we're doing is just some longer, thinner cones. So we're just going to roll it out. So that's kind of what you want. And I take the first one and I stick it right in the center. And you can bend it a little bit, or you can just leave it straight. Just whatever you think looks cute. Oh my gosh, Michelle. Yes. That's why I'm in here, because I just did it again, and he's like, "You do a good shit." And I was like, "Yes, I will." I say that every time, but he's right. This is Stacy. This is what we're doing. But see his little hair wispies right there. All that is just some little balls of clay, and we're just making little bitty cones. And then so I put a longer one in the middle, and then I do 2 shorter ones, because you guys know, like, I like to work in 3s. But you absolutely do not have to do that. That's just what helps me, like, make it look, I don't know, that I guess it's just the way my brain thinks it makes sense, but you do not have to do this. This is just the way I do. Okay, so that's all there is to putting the little hairs on. See how cute that is? And super duper easy. Then the last thing that we're going to do is the tail. Hey, Renee, how are you? I know this is... You need to wait for the picture. What stuff? Yeah, if you're going to seal them, is that what you're talking about, Renee? If you're going to seal them, for sure, you have to wait till it's completely dry before you do that. I didn't have any issues with mine. I hardly ever get cracking. That's one reason why I like using this clay. But okay, so I'm just but yeah, absolutely. If you're going to seal it, wait till it's 100% dry. For the tail, I just roll it as long as you want to. Doesn't have to be a certain length, but make sure you do the taper. Okay, you want it tapered on both sides. And then what we're going to do is you're going to take one side of his tail and we're going to tuck it underneath. Okay, then we're going to just set him down. And then what we're going to do is we're going to kind of roll it. See what I'm doing there? His tail a little bit too long. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim it and then just kind of taper it like this. No biggie. And then just kind of form it on him however you want, or whatever you think looks nice. And look, we got a cute little whimsy curly cute tail. And that is it, other than putting a little bitty bit of blush on him. Michelle, thank you, Mom and Dad. I use the Boss clay, but I just recently started selling my own clay, and I really like that clay too, because It's very similar to the Boss. I've been looking for it for a long time, and I finally found it. So if you ever want to try it, I don't know if you like the softer clays or the firmer clays. I like the firmer clays that are still, real easy to work with. That's all there is to it. So, but yeah, those two clays, the clay that I sell and the Boss, are the ones that I use. So that's all there is for that. So now we're going to do our pumpkin, friend. Oh, the last thing is we got to put, almost forgot the little heart. I used this mold right here. And remember the trick I showed you? If you do not have a heart mold, you can still do this. You just roll 2 little balls of clay, make little cones like we just did, and you just touch them together at the bottom, and you have like a really, really cute little whimsical heart that way. What clay do you like to use, Michelle? I know everybody has like their own preference and stuff. Oh yes, Michelle. Yeah, you could turn this into anything. Like she said that you can just take the ears off and put different ears on or whatever. Like that's another good thing. It's very versatile thing. You could even make it like a little lion, I guess, if you wanted to, just the way you decorate it. So I'm just going to get this. This is the little heart that it gives you. And then you don't have to do this part, but I just thought it was cute. And then I just stuck it on the little side of him. Okay. And then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our ball. And this is a really cost-effective craft too, because these balls and the eggs that I got them on Amazon, and when you get the smaller sizes, you get more and they're cheaper, So if you don't mind doing the smaller stuff, this you can go. It's very reasonably priced, and it don't take a lot of clay. And with a project this size, honestly, you don't even need to use that foam for the pumpkin if you don't want to, or even this if you have a firm enough clay. I just like it for the security, and I know that it's going to dry. I don't have to babysit it and make sure it's going to sag or anything like that. Yes. Well, if you're interested, Michelle, like I would love to send you some Happy Mail if you want to try something else out. I've never tried the primitive pumpkin, but I've heard that that's a really good clay. I've tried Debbie's clay, and I really like her clay. So yeah, let me know if you want. I will send you some Happy Mail, girlfriend. Yes, Christy, the famous egg. I'm telling you guys, you can do so much stuff. That's why I say, if you want to do this, but then you're like worried about the investment and, all the buy-in of stuff. That's why I'm telling you guys about the crumble sprinkles, because they're so versatile. You can get way more of your money's worth with the more generalized type of sprinkle. And also with, bulk buying the foam like this, and doing the smaller designs. Like I said, it takes less clay to do this. And it's still fun that way. So I just covered mine, but you could just do a ball of clay. It's whatever your preference is on this. Oh, yeah. And then, the stuff that I got it's similar to that. But it's not the same, but it is, a firmness like that. So I'm just going around with my tool here, okay? And I start off to get the easiest way to get even lines on a pumpkin is you just do like your 4 corners like that. And then I'm just going to go in between those. And it will give you perfect little pumpkins, wedges. Okay, there's our pumpkin, y'all. Easy, easy peasy. Okay, so now the next thing I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put his eyes on. Let's see what color. We'll do blue again. My next order, it should be here, I would say a week and a half tops. And I will have the soft, but like I said, I tend to work more with like the firmer stuff. So I know what I'm looking for and what people are looking for with the firmer stuff. But the soft stuff, I'm not sure because that's not one that I work with all the time. So you guys let me know. I got a limited amount of that. And then I do have another order of the firm stuff coming. I actually have 3 orders. One should be here, like I said, within a week and a half tops. And then I have the big, huge order that's going to have the cookie color and all of that stuff. Is that one's shipped already. And then I had another smaller one of the firm with a couple more surprise colors. So I just put a little tacky glue and I just put his eyes in between, the little wedges. Yeah. Yeah. The firm is another small order of firm, and then the small order of soft should both be here within a week and a half. Okay. So then before we put this away, I'm going to we're going to do the mouth first. So we make sure we don't mess up when we do the cheeks. So how I did the mouth. Okay, if you want to do this kind of mouth, you can just do a smile or do the little, however you want to do it. I chose to do, this is the little chisel tip that comes with your little silicone tools. I got them on Amazon. And I just start off with a V shape. Just like that, okay? Then I just go down a little. And then back up. And that's what gives you hit the little wonky, wobbly, pumpkin smile. And then I take my little smile tool. Hey, Wendy. Hey, Wanda. How are you, sister friend? Hey, Denise. How are you? Thank you so much, Denise. I appreciate that. I just take my little smiley tool and I just go in between. You don't have to do this, but this is just what I thought it looked cute on a pumpkin. And that's all there is to that. So then the next thing for our pumpkin that we're going to do is we're going to do his little cheeks and nose. And all that is just 2 small little balls of clay. I do a little bitty one, put that right in between for the nose, and then take another slightly larger small ball. And then I'm going to cut this in half. Do not roll this because it gives you this natural, remember I told you a little oval shape. That's the shape that we want. And just put it right up against the nose and just under the eye. And that's how you get really cute little puffy cheeks if you want. See that? Cutie, cutie, cutie. Okay, so then I'm going to put a little bit of blush on his cheeks. And there we go. Our pumpkin's finished, y'all. So then the next thing that we're going to do. Oh, yes. I can't wait to see Wanda. Yes, please send me pictures. The next thing that we're going to do is attach it. And this one, I did not use a toothpick. Okay. I just stuck them together and you can see how well they stuck. I'm going to do a toothpick this time just because. But you do not have to do this part if you don't want to. Just for extra support, I say. So stick that in there. And then gently stick him on. And look, you guys, ain't he cute? Okay, so then the next thing that we're going to do is that's all we need for our orange. We're going to use this tool. So see, if you're still thinking about this, or, still wondering, do I want to invest in this? To get started, you really don't need that many. It's more your creativity than anything else. Janice, good morning, my friend. I'm glad you came. Watch my videos, watch Debbie's videos, Maria's Fake Bake, just all the clay people, and, Terry, yeah, she said you could put a little trick-or-treat bag, yeah, or a witch hat, or a straw hat, whatever. It's very versatile. You could put a Christmas hat on and make that a snowball, and that would be really, really cute. Hey, Rhonda, there she is. Okay, you guys, Rhonda just popped on, so let me show you really, really quick what she made me. Look at this, you guys. How gorgeous is that? Look at even the little, right down to the bookmark. This is made out of clay. Isn't this beautiful? And I think, Rhonda, did you Mod Podge these papers on here? It looks so beautiful. It says, I can do all things through him who gives me strength. And then the Lord is my strength and my song. I'm going to keep this for absolute ever. Set it right up here. But you guys, I thought that was like the coolest gift. That's one of the coolest gifts I have ever gotten in my life. I know, isn't it beautiful? Made my whole day, made my whole life really, because like I said, I'm probably going to look at it for forever. So I just got my small one, and we're going to cut 2 of these out. Okay, and then set your green off to the side because we're not done with that yet. And then I'm going to take this tool here, and we're going to go, let me do this and then I'll show you. We're going to go like that. Just put a little crease in, okay? And then the next thing that we're going to do is I just pinch it a little bit on the end just to make it a little easier to shape onto your pumpkin. And I like it to stick up a little bit. Oh, you're welcome, Rhonda. No, thank you. Because, I mean, seriously. And then she gave me just an absolutely lovely note to go with it. And this really pretty necklace. And it just was amazing. Truly. Hey, Maria, there's that beautiful lady. And then my other one, I'm just pinching it a little bit. And I'm going to butt it up right next to my other leaf. And I just press the top. I don't really press the leaf because see how it keeps your dimension on your leaf? Like that's what I want. So when it dries, it'll stay like that. And it looks really cute that way. Okay, so then we're going to take our green and now we're going to do the little viney wispy thingies. So we're going to take another little ball of our green. And we're going to do like we did with the tail trick. We're going to roll a log out and we're going to taper it on one side and on the other side. Okay. And I put one down here, just right where the foot meets our little pumpkin guy. And then you're just going to curl it just like you did the tail. That's one. And then I think we're going to put one more on the top. Thank you so much, Mom and Dad. Yes, and if we have time, I'm going to at least start it to show you guys. I got my glue gun plugged in and everything. But we're going to put, for anybody that's just coming in, this is from the Kawaii Sleeping Bears that we did. And this is just the easel part, and I flipped it upside down, and it looks just like a trellis. So what I'm going to do is put some of these vines I'm showing you and little baby pumpkins, which is just clay, and do the line thing and attach them up through here with some greenery. And I hope I have enough time because I really want to show you guys. Oh, thank you, Christy. Thank you, ma'am. I'm glad you guys like this stuff because it really makes me happy, and it's nice to know that it makes you happy too. Makes you want to do it, I hope. Okay, so then I'm going to put this one in between my leaves. Just however. Okay. That's what we got for that. Okay. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you, Denise. And yeah, I don't know, for you new guys that just came in, Michelle from Crafty Man. Oh, she does clay stuff too. If you're looking for inspiration with her, she does some super cute stuff too. So check her out if you're new to this. And Debbie's Bright Ideas, Maria's Bake. Those are the ones. I think the Evercrafter, I think he does clay stuff too. But anyways, yeah, she said that you could turn this into anything. And like I said, you could make this even a little Santa. Like, how cute would that be? Like a little egg-shaped Santa with a, an elf or something. I don't know. You could do whatever you wanted. Piece of candy, you name it. So, the last thing that we're going to do to finish our pumpkin off is I'm just going to get a little bit of brown, and we're just going to make a super cute. Thank you so much, Misty. You're going to make the Hello Kitty? Yes, I want to see it. I want to see everybody's creations, you guys. It makes me so happy when you guys are, enjoying this stuff and knowing that, this inspired you, and that, seeing that you make these things really, really gives me a lot of joy. So if you do it, send me pictures. I want to see pictures. So for this, I just did a little cone, and I'm just bending it. Just a little bit. Jenna! Hey, girlfriend! Thank you, Heidi. And since this is so small, I'm not going to worry about the support. I think this will be fine. And I'm just going to gently press this right on top of my leaves, like half on the leaves and half on your pumpkin color. And that's it. That is all there is to this, you guys. You can do it. You can do it. And like I said, I'm not just here for the lives and, you go back and watch and then you gotta figure it out on your own. I am here. Like, you guys are my friends. You message me. I will help you if you have questions. I am here for you. So now what we're going to do is, this came from that bundle I told you guys about, where you get a whole bunch of it. This is one bundle, you guys. We probably ain't even going to use this, okay? Just, so it's very cost effective. I brought some of this in because I wasn't sure. And then I also brought this in. This all came from Amazon in the bundles, okay? Very cheap. Like, these ended up being, maybe each bundle was $1, and we're not even probably going to use a sprig or two off of each bundle. So, I mean, we're looking at maybe $1 total in florals. You know what I mean? So this is a very cost-effective project. Thank you, Cecilia. Okay, so I think the first thing that I'm going to do, because you guys know with sticking the florals in, that's really all it is you're just going to stick them in, like wherever you think is pretty. So the way that this is going to sit, let me show you that, is like this, okay? And see how I cut my foam to where it's just sitting right tucked in there behind the pumpkin. Like these two sizes worked out like perfectly for this little truck. And like I said, I got this at the Dollar Tree if anybody's looking, but I got this a couple years ago. So but so yeah, and just put your florals here if that's all you want to do. And then I'm going to put a couple little baby pumpkins in the front to fill that space in. Just so you have an idea. But the first thing that we got to do is we're going to put some vines on here. Morticia, hello, my friend. Thank you, Rhonda. Okay, so we want a little bit thicker vines, I think. Thank you, Denise. Thank you, Stacy. I'm so glad. And we're going to do the same thing. We're just doing it on a bigger scale, okay? Hey, Judy, there she is. You guys, Kiss a Frog Craft, she's one of our new ladies in Debbie's group. You guys will see her with on Wednesday. So make sure you come hang out with us on Mondays and Wednesdays. I know y'all ain't this cute. And like I said, I don't know. And then on here too, I am gonna like make these look a little bit, nicer, I guess you could say. I'm just gonna roll some balls of clay, stick them on there, and make me some little clay tires to make that kind of stand out a little bit. So if you guys want to do that, oh, hey, Tina, no problem at all. No problem at all, my friend. So I'm going to get my super glue, and we're going to start, I think I'm going to start at the top, actually. I'm going to put a little dot here, and maybe like a little dot here, just where you're wanting it to stick. And then we're just going to kind of wrap it, and then do like a little curly Q, and put a little super glue there. This is very, very easy. Very, very easy. Okay. And then just stick it down. You guys, I got a hair stuck to my hand somewhere. And that's our first vine. Look how cute that is. And so, so easy. Renee, hello, sweet lady. Okay, and we're going to do it again. I also, since we're talking about the trucks, you guys, I have another one that I'm working on for my Etsy shop. These, I'm pretty sure, there it is. Oh, it's a glue string's getting on me. These, I'm pretty sure they sell all year long. I'm sure you guys have seen these. See, I prepped this one the same way. But I'm going to do something a little different with this one. And these come like a tin color. And I just spray painted it. But here's another idea. These are cheaper than these ones if you want to try it. But they are smaller though. Just so you know. But they're still really cute. I always try to have, these are my last two trucks. I got to go and get some more. I always try to have a couple of those on hand, especially at this time of year, you know. And at Christmas time, people like decorating with the, the red trucks and stuff like that. So go and get you some, guys. Dollar General might have them too. I'll have to go check. We got to start looking at other places, don't we, guys? Everything's moving up. So I'm just going to put a little bit of super glue where I think I want it at the top. And then I'm going to go around, I think, and under. And then we're just going to do the same thing. Just do our little wrappy wrap thing, and then in just a couple little spots as you're going down, we want to tack it with some super glue. And if it doesn't go all the way down, that's okay, because remember, we're putting florals. Okay, so it's more like the top part anyway. Put a little bit of glue right there too. Okay. Easy, easy peasy. So now let me show you, we got 10 minutes left. I'm going to show you the leaves and then how I'm going to put the little pumpkins on the vine. So if you want to do this project, you will have the, like the gist of how to finish it. Okay. Are y'all's kids starting school this week? Mine are. It is that time. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 different sizes. I'm going to do, actually, no, I'm not. I think I'm going to stick with just a small. We're just going to stick with the small, y'all. I think that'll look better. Okay, so then we're going to go back and do our same thing. And then what we're going to do is just pinch it a little bit like that on the end. And then we're just going to tack them on. Okay. Oh, okay, Jenna, gotcha. I know. My daughter, you guys, it sucked because her birthday, and it was like me too, because I'm originally from Iowa, and they always started like right at the end of August, and my birthday is the 20th, so my birthday would come right, and then I'd have to start school right after. Well, my daughter, it's the same way. They start school earlier down here, and her first day of school, y'all, was on her birthday. Doesn't that suck? But they only had to go for like an hour, so wasn't too bad. She was home by 10:30. Okay, so I'm just sticking these just wherever I think looks cute. And here's another thing that really adds a lot of fun. You can bend your leaves a little bit, and it gives them more dimension that way. I'm telling you, you know, once you get these basic concepts down, this is so fun, and it really is. Anyone can do this. Anyone. Okay, I'm gonna put this last one on, and then I'm gonna show you guys really, really quick how to do a how I plan on putting the little mini pumpkins. And I'm not gonna put faces on the mini pumpkins. That was just for my main little focal. Oh shoot, I keep turning that around. I'm sorry. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna do that on that third one too. And then of course we're just gonna put, like I said, we're probably only gonna need like that, maybe even that, you know, not much at all, because our main star is, we don't want to cover that up too much, but we do want to make it look nice and full. So just, that's, you don't need much at all. Just maybe like one sprig from the Dollar Tree if you don't, you know. And yeah, Graham's baby girl, and she got like the cutest, like, my dad, he didn't even realize it, but he like hooked her up. I was like, you got like the coolest little girl dress, because you guys know the ones that are longer and they're super duper comfortable, and it has pockets. And she wore, my beautiful friend on here sent her some fabulous shoes and they're a little bit big, but she'll grow into them. And she was like, Mom, I don't care that these are too big. It's okay. I'll deal with it because I want to wear them. It's like, okay. Whatever you say, girl. I know, Christine, it sucks, don't it? I know. Hi, Kristen. Did I say hi to you? I apologize if I missed anyone. So all I'm doing is, it's a little big. So I'm just going to get a big ball here. And I think I'm just going to cut like one in half and then one like, you know, like a third off of another one. So we're going to have a few little pumpkin sizes here. So all I'm doing is we're just doing the ball, and I'm doing what I told you guys. You do your 4 points first. And then go in between. Okay, and that's just with clay. So, and then I think I'm gonna do some super glue. And I'm gonna stick one right here. And then I'm just gonna press in just a little bit. I'm just using this so I don't mess it up too much. And I'm gonna put a little stem in there. But that's all we're doing. And we're gonna go down our vine. I'll show you with one more before I gotta let y'all go. Hey, Vicky, how are you, my friend? Well, let me go through the lineup real quick while I'm making this. So after me is the beautiful Debbie with Debbie's Bright Ideas. She's the host of this every week. If you're new, every single Monday and Wednesday, you can come and hang out and craft with us. But she's coming on next. And then after her is I'm Snow Crafty with the beautiful Christine. And then after her is Heavens to Betsy Cakery. And then we have Our Unique Touch with Laura Marie. And then we have a break today from 2 to 3. And then we have Carol Petron's Crafts. And then closing us out will be That's So Cute, the beautiful Dee. Okay, so I'm going to put one more. And if you have a lot of clay in one area, like a vine, you don't need the super glue. But if you don't have a lot of vine where you're wanting to put a pumpkin, I would suggest putting you some, Isn't that cute, you guys? Super duper duper easy. What do we think? And then, like I said, this is going to be sitting, kind of give you a little more of what it's going to look like. Isn't that cute? And then just have a little bit of greenery tucked in here. You guys kind of see where I'm going? Put the clay here. And how stinking cute. You guys can do this. This is probably like, I would say overall less than a $5 project. And you can do this. Basic shapes. Learn your basic shapes. Figure out what clay you like, the texture, because that matters too. I started off with softer clay and I didn't realize, I thought I just sucked. I was like, what is going on? And then I tried a different kind of clay before I done gave up. And that was a big part of the problem. So just give yourself some grace, figure it out, figure out what clay you like, figure out, basic shapes, get your brain starting to think. Okay, that looks kind of like a circle. That mouse body looks kind of like an egg. I could use an egg for that. And just let your mind run wild. Visit me often. Message me. Like I said, you are my friends. I love you all. I am here to help you succeed in your endeavors, my friends. So I'm going to finish this up and we're going to jump on over to the beautiful Debbie, and I will post pictures of this. I'll have this in my Etsy shop later today. And but I hope you enjoyed my craft today, and I love you all. I will see you on Wednesday, and never ever forget how much I love you, but more importantly, how much Jesus loves you. Okay, guys? Bye.